Hello. Welcome to Train Simulator Classic. Last time we played these two scenarios. So on the Bessemer Lake Erie, which is not on the Steam store anymore, but it is available on the developer's website as, I think, Pennsylvania Steam or something it's called. It'll be linked in the description on the archive on YouTube. We drove this one, the B&LE Santa Fe, these two scenarios. And there's a third one in this three-part scenario where basically we go all the way back that we came, only it's evening going into nighttime. It is quite a nice scenario. I have played it before on the other computer. However, we did drive this locomotive before, so I'd say let's go to the next one, which is the B&LE 6-coupled, which is the other locomotive that comes with this route. It has these three scenarios, and since we've got an hour to play with, why not do the first one? Hello, Kangafango. At Butler, the Bessemer and Lake Erie exchanges freight traffic with the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, the Pennsylvania Railroad, and the regional Buffalo, Rochester, and Pittsburgh Railroad. We will be moving freight to and from these three railroads' interchange sidings. Sounds good. Let's try it. Get 25% off for a limited time. Yes, because 25% is a lot when when the DLCs are as expensive as these ones are. Yeah, 25%. Yeah, that's a good deal. Of course, the developers probably put a lot of time into this, and so from their point of view, the money is absolutely worth it. But from the point of view of a consumer, probably not. I guess I could have used a nicer term like player or user, but I think consumer is appropriate for Train Simulator DLCs. Yeah, these are really pricey. I've just seen them. Huge collection for around about 70 quid. Although this does look interesting, that last one. Okay, so I could have sworn this wasn't a nighttime. Oh, there we go. We will be carrying our freight interchange with three railroads this evening. Our first move is to deliver 5 filled B&LE coal hoppers to the Buffalo, Rochester, and Pittsburgh interchange. These cars are currently at Butler Transfer Track 3 South. Drive ahead to Butler Transfer Yard when ready. So here we go. Now, from the exterior, this is a really quite beautifully modeled locomotive. From the interior as well, but some of the textures do look a little bit, well, I mean, looking at that, yeah, not the highest. It's good, but it is not as high quality as the other one, but it's good. So we need to move ahead. So but the bell is animated. That's good. I'll turn it off because it's annoying for you and for me. Yeah. It is a cute engine though. The big face boiler. Code Monkey, hello! So yeah, we're back on the Bessemer Lake Erie, which is available on the developer's website as, I think, Pennsylvania Steam. It is no longer on the Steam store. It's available for free, this, now. The route. It'll be linked in the description of the YouTube archive. That should probably go to running. Oh, there's a train coming! A double header! Hello, double header! Also, I think I need to stop somewhere over here. Alright, past the switch. Good. Also, why is our blower not on? Open. Stop and that switch behind, yes. Yes, good. Then move to track 3 to pick up the filled coal cars. Let's stop there. And yes, look, there are more trains over here. With a lovely caboose. And this one, the doubleheader, also has a caboose. Good. That one said 1509. And that one says 1791. So close to being the number that it could have been. Okay, so where's track 3? Oh, it's just the one beside us, basically. Right. I like both engines a lot. Have you ever driven them on stream, though? Considering you like them so much? Texture resolution has left the chat. Coleman K has entered. Yeah, there you go. Replacing texture resolution again. Although you are getting good at that. Yeah, so basically we need to stop here and then get on, couple up to the ones that are on that track overhead. Yep, brake more. Switch that switch. And also, it's really nice that the levers move in the cab even in this, which is technically the exterior view of it. Right. It does still have a Steam page, but you can't buy it from there anymore. Yes. With DuckTales remastered, but they did bring that back. Thumbnail? 1701? Well, I already took an image. Barely ever driven steamers on stream. Well, there's your issue. I think that's a fairly low speed to approach this at. Now, will this automatically couple or not? Yes, good. These cars are being transferred to the Buffalo, Rochester and Pittsburgh Railroad. Its interchange tracks are located south of the service area, so reverse out of this siding and then move back towards our starting location. Do I have to... Please do not roll away. Thank you. Do I have to switch stuff or not? Where are we going? Oh, drop off on that particular track. Means that's already set. That is set. I need to switch these switches. Well, that one in particular. Okay, so basically I need to back out and then go forward and then back out again. Because there's no way I can get... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Right, okay. I think only on western lines of Scotland, Isle of Wight and Settle Carlisle. I don't drive much of steam either. Well, I mean, there isn't, like, yes, there are many steam locomotives, especially British ones for Train Simulator, but in terms of actual routes, you've got Riviera in the 50s, which is a great route, by the way. You've got Western Lines of Scotland, and you've got the Falmouth branch. Technically, the Isle of Wight also counts. But, I mean, that's pretty much it. Because the settled Carlisle Western Isles of Scotland. I said, yeah. I mean, the settled Carlisle does have the steam scenarios, but that's... Oh, well, you've got Memories of Mardy. So, yeah, the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. That's a good... Yeah, but that's an old one. The Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway does show its age a bit in its textures and stuff like that. I guess it just doesn't feel as though there are that many. Like, because when I'm... Actually, there's the Nottingham one as well that I don't have. So yeah, I guess there are quite a few. But if you go over to the US and you look at Steam stuff from the US, I mean, you've got this, which now is only available on the developer's website. And you've got the Clear Creek. And was there a new one that recently released for a lot of money? Or am I misremembering that? Then you've got the one with the old Wild West one. I don't know, like the one that looks like General. I'm not sure if it was actually General or what the specific locomotive was called. But you know the one I mean. But that one's also not that big, if I recall. I do like the sounds. The sounds are very good. Oh, Cheyenne, that was the one. I'll have a read of that later in a moment or 10. Also, the replacement process of a lot of the legacy textures on the MVR with PBR ones, so that you can actually run it with ultra shaders without it glitching all over the place, is going fairly well. Oh, this is nice. Operational error? Oh, I didn't sound the whistle. Look, animated river texture down there. Okay. Let's begin applying some brakes. This is probably a good place to do so. Okay, and decouple. Reverse out of the siding, then move ahead to couple to the boxcars waiting on the adjacent interchange track. Good. I'll reach out 1 second. Should I like on your 465? Leave us move from the outside. Certainly more going on than a tap changer. Parallel, weak field. That's the 442, not the 86. The top notch on the 87 and maybe other locos, but not simulated, is meant to be weak field. Yes, already said that one. Yes, members of Marty. Also technically, yes, already read that. Yeah, the West Somerset Railway. Netherfield? Yes, Glother. Okay, so this was the new one after Clear Creek, was it? Oh yeah, that might have been it. I'm surprised Trains doesn't degrade more gracefully with old texture data. It's when, like, it's because the parallaxing on PBR textures gives it depth, and then when you've got a flat texture that's kind of blending, merging, like as an opacity gradient with the other one, then yeah, it's a difficult thing. Sure, nice idea. Maybe you should record a channel announcements video. But what's going on with the MVR? I'd imagine that. I imagine those that only follow your YouTube channel for the train stuff and haven't joined Discord may be at a loss of knowledge, as there haven't been any MVR streams for months now. Well, maybe. The reason why I didn't open the cylinder cocks there is because in universe we didn't actually stop that long. By the way, I can close the blower if the hissing is getting annoying, but IRL, you would have the blower open at least a little bit. Wouldn't make much difference here because we're not really using that much pressure, and of course the potentially lethal situation of not having the blower open when stationary isn't simulated in this. Ooh, although that does drop the pressure quite quickly if I put in water without the blower on. Interesting. Okay. These freight cars are going to be moved south by B&LE. Add them to the string being assembled on the Butler Transfer Yard, track 1 south. Good. Try to do that. Okay, so we're gonna need to take them forwards again, I'm assuming. Alright, yeah, that one. And then where do we need to go? Ah, right, on that one. So basically just forwards, backwards, and then onto that one. Gotcha, gotcha. Of course, yes. We do have a fair bit of acceleration with this consist currently. But yeah, I'm really happy that I got this route. So Kango, have you been working on any of your trains projects or things like that at all? Or have you not really had a chance? Same France. I did a bit, yeah. There's some pics in number PL1. Ah, well, I'm not on number PL1 currently. Could you please elaborate? And yeah, I would drive this with the F5 HUD, but last week was literally the first time. Like this, I don't. At the moment, I pretty much don't have the time to play games, well, video games outside of these streams, which means that it's been months and months since I had previously driven a steam locomotive before, and I have very little fresh experience, so yeah. At this point I'm trying to, also we've only got the 1 hour, so at this point I'm just trying to enjoy the different locomotives and not really worry too much about the immersion of the driving. Okay, that's good, and then we need to switch that one when we go over it. Well, after we've gone over it, preferably. Added a bit more foliage next to the tracks. Forest and shrubbery and flowers and a bridge. One of those is not foliage, I would say. Okay, so this needs to go onto those yellow boxcars there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So it's the track next to... Yeah, it's basically that one there that we need to go on. This is why yard leads are a thing. Okay, switch that one. And go! Also lined up a bunch of mostly Eastern European vehicles. Do you mean road vehicles or rail vehicles? May put them on a field somewhere as an Easter egg. Haha. Ah, probably road vehicles then. Polish jigs? After adding the boxcar to the outgoing string, uncouple the loco. There's more work to be done before dinner break. Dinner break? Again? No! Organically grown. Nice, yes, of course. Start braking a bit. A little bit of a bump there, but not too much. And decouple that. Next, pick up a limestone shipment destined for the Pennsylvania Railroad. These cars are on Butler Track siding 2 south. I'm guessing that's those ones there. Probably. Yes. Yeah, I mean, so it was like 2.3 miles per hour or something, coupling. I think generally the limit you want to keep it under is like 5 or something? Maybe? I think that's where it starts to damage some stuff. If I remember correctly, but that's a bit of knowledge that I think I remember learning years and years ago. Also, look at how the smoke color, the exhaust color changes when I'm firing as to when I'm not firing. You can see it gets much darker. I need to switch that switch, 1 second. There we go, I need to also switch that one in particular. Right. Trucks, cars, sure. That's what will tell the presses. We're sorry for the delaying in supplying your vehicle. The car harvest was not so good. Reminds me of sci-fi stories where the spaceships are organically grown and they're actually living organisms that have been engineered to basically function as starships. And instead of them being controlled using mechanical commands, it's just the crew telling the ship what they want it to do, and then the ship does it, like you would imagine like a horse doing it. Okay, reverse out and move south towards the PRR interchange tracks. The correct path should be set for you. Let's just double, triple, quadruple, quintuple check. Oh, yes, why, yes it is. Good. It's nice to do a bit of switching. Maple-leafing, sorry. To think that this route takes place about 100 years ago. Right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea with the vehicles. I think I'll go with that instead of modeling and texturing a whole huge RBMK 1000 nuclear power plant facility. Instead of that, Why not do both? And besides, it doesn't have to be that accurately modeled, especially if it's only going to be in the background. Both? Do you think Kango is made of time? Well, I mean, if you take time as being a dimension in which we all exist, then yes. Don't think too much about it, otherwise you'll find out that it actually doesn't make that much sense what I just said. Just accept it, and that's what we're gonna move on to another subject. Yes. It's nice that this yard also has this little bit of line going a bit further outside as well. I'm not sure if I'd actually be that much, if it'd actually be that much in the background. If I've modeled it, it would only make sense to have tracks going to it. Well, yes, but I mean, for example, over here, if the nuclear power plant was over there where that tree line is, I would still consider that as being part of the background, even though it's fairly close to the tracks. You could have a line going to it, but not actually up close. If you imagine how large that would be, even at this distance. Like Kursk, Chernobyl, etc. Oh, hello there. Hey, it's not fair, you've got the main line. Look at him. Look at him. Now, I already took an image before that I think is going to be good, because I think that image was better lighting-wise. Why is the boiler at 100% water? Sorry, I was distracted. No, don't speed. Come on. Uncouple the opposite. Our loco needs to be on the other end. Yeah, okay, sure. Why are we at 100% water? I didn't have that open that long, did I? The injectors? Let's apply brakes. Also, I do run around these hoppers so we can push them into the PR interchange siding, yes. Also, I do like how the main line is up there and then we go underneath it back there. It's actually a bit reminiscent of that one bit on the Haddoncourt tramway, I think. You know, where the canal is, where it goes over to Poplar Row. Right. Also, Paradise, I thought you were against the idea of having one of those on the map. Yeah, pretty much. Let's say I wasn't completely in favor of the idea. Good. Or gut. Ah, this is so nice with the bridge. Although these brakes don't apply very quickly, I'll tell you that. I have just told you that, I mean. Lovely, Salterton, yes? But you said, why not both? Yeah, I mean, I know that you like the idea very much. And to me, those two things that you said aren't necessarily mutually exclusive. On the one hand, you would have a whole industry, which would be probably a large part of the map, and the supply chain of that. And you would have, of course, the atmosphericness of it. Whether that's good or bad. And on the other hand, you'd have a bunch of vehicles in a field. Lovely. Salterton, UK. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If I'd have nuclear power plant on the map, I'd want it to be a functioning industry. But if it's part of the background, how would that work? Well, it depends what sort of things you want to deliver to it. Like, if it's in the, if there's, like the tracks don't have to go, oh, there's a trail there, don't necessarily have to go all the way to the actual walls of the building itself. Like if the building were over there where the bridge was, or something, where the train goes underneath, if that's where the buildings are or something, and you'd have the loading, unloading stuff happening over here, depending on what that is, what's being loaded, unloaded, that's still close enough, I'd say. Yeah, that's strange. Look, it went down to 99. Actually, yeah, now it's staying at 99. Interesting. Kind of just gonna couple up to those limestone cars and then push them into the siding. Alrighty. Intriguing. Perhaps to one second, I'll couple first and then I'll read, because moving at 8.2 miles per hour towards cars that are maybe like, I don't know, 20 meters away, probably isn't a good idea to stop to read chat in that instance. Ooh, that was a bit rough. Push the hoppers into the PRR delivery siding and uncouple them there for pickup by Pennsylvania Railroad. Yeah. I was thinking about, should I move the camera so I can better see where I'm going, but then I would have had to let go of the controls, and then I thought, well, that's not going to be very good. So then I did not. Perhaps to add an old platform and loading dock somewhere near it. Claim that it was used to construct the plant workers' housing. I could do that, yeah. Though I would like it if the NPP was an actual industry on the map that's still being used and where you can deliver stuff to and or from it. Yeah, I mean, multiple industries going to warehouses or whatever I mean, it depends entirely on what products you want to be in what products you want to have as part of the chain. Also, hold on, are those... Is that switch set correctly? No, it isn't. Why didn't... Oh, it's still display... Oh, right, that's interesting. Or are these spring-loaded switches? Could make me on Kurchatov, prepared as city. Only Polish in design. Are we going downhill slightly? No. But I'll slow down a little bit. Okay, apply brakes. And decouple. It's possible that manually operated trailing points can be run through, but I don't know if that behavior changes in career, free roam, etc. Yeah. I was a little confused because at the bottom it displayed the length of the route beyond where the switch was, but that might just be a train simulator thing as opposed to trains. Another doubleheader up there. Pick up the reefer refrigerator cars waiting on the adjacent siding. Yeah, the yellow ones. I know what reefers are. You don't have to teach me that game, but thank you for your considerate words. Yeah, the brakes in this apply very slowly. Operation error? What? Does that count as a whistle? That I needed to whistle even though I'm just there? If so, that's a little buggy, but I suppose that's just Train Simulator. Ah, yeah, Desprobs thought it best to assume the session is the first Train Simulator experience someone's ever had. Well, at least it's easier than Kings Were Ill, eh? Does this thing have manually does this have loco brakes? Oh, it does! Oh, that's interesting. It's got independent brakes as well. Oh, and it automatically goes down to 10%. Ah, well, that's interesting. Now we have a second pickup. Oh, there's another doubleheader up there. Now we have a second pickup at the B&O exchange track and at the B&O freight cars behind these ones. Okay. Where's the B&O? Oh, it's that one up ahead. So we go over, then we go forward, then reverse back onto... Okay, that's fine. What's a valve gear? Ha 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 ha. Yeah. A valve gear, it's that pulley thing, isn't it? Yeah, that one, that's a valve gear, right? But yeah, it is a cozy little engine. I do like it. By the way, Train by One did make some standard gauge steamers too. Yes, I did see. And I was going to ask about reskinning some of those as well. But first I want to actually finish the F7 stuff. If they're black by default, what livery would you put them in? Well, I'd probably just... well, maybe I'd make like a express passenger one, although probably I'd just put the MVR logo on it. Just painting on the cab, sides and tender, or roof? Yeah, basically. Now where are those other... oh, are those the ones all the way back there that we need to get? I think those are the ones back there. No, it's the ones we're passing now. Oh! Oh, it's these ones. Coil cars. Well, coils, anyway. And sacks. Okay, so now we're climbing back up to the main line. I'll just coast for a little bit and be prepared to brake. Boof? Brake! Sure. Okay, so that's switched. Now that'll take us over onto this track. Oops, that was the wrong switch. Oh, I thought I clicked already. Apparently I didn't. Okay, that'll get us onto the correct track. And we've already started moving and I didn't even have to touch anything. We lost points, but yeah. Yeah. 2 operation errors and 2 accidental applications of emergency brake setting, which is just... and it's weird, because emergency brake, surely that would be the brake pressure being at 0 psi, so the brakes being on as hard as they can be on. But instead the emergency brake setting, aka the lever being all the way at the top, since it's a manually lap brake, just means that the brakes are being applied as fast as they can. Not that they're actually braking as hard as they can. And so I think that's a bit inconsistent, unless they're talking about it would be uncomfortable to have that quick of a change in deceleration rate. But that seems a bit basically. Oh, again. Yeah, it's really... because of how slowly these brakes apply and how touchy these controls are, if you hold the button a fraction of a second too long, either it's in only 76% where the brakes apply so slowly that basically doesn't... well, you've got to wait ages for it to apply, or if it's a fraction of a second longer, then you put it into actually applying relatively quickly. If you have it a fraction of a second longer than that, emergency brake. Like, you wouldn't get less money for making it uncomfortable for yourself. Plus, I don't even think that it would be that uncomfortable. And There we go, they kissed. Good. All of these freight cars are to be shipped north, so we are going to move these cars to Calvin Yard. We have been... hold on, I'll just quickly apply the brakes. We have been directed to move these freight cars to Calvin Yard, siding 1, north via the Butler local track. Manual switches have been set to... I have no idea what that said. But there's a train on the left. Another doubleheader. Nice. Is that loaded or is that empty? Loaded. With coal. Anyway, points, yes. Well, switches. So, did it say about manual switches having already been set or not? Well, where do we need to go, first of all? Oh, go via that track. So, that's good. So we basically just need to go onto the outermost track there, which means that we just need to switch that one. And then we're going to go on the outermost track there. And then after that, to go onto that track, which we're already set to. So now we can go. And don't roll back, please. And away we go! Also, I love those plants over there. Those images. Even though it's a 2D image, just those... the way that the top there looks. Even though it doesn't look that great from close up like this, that really pops. I really like that. But yeah, if you're at all interested in Train Simulator, I would suggest picking up this route on the developer's website. It is completely free. If you have the base game, of course. That is a prerequisite. Yep. I mean, look, it's even got animated river textures. At all interested, talk about knowing your target audience. Yeah. You can even get a completely free PRS-1 duplex. Yeah, I don't have it either currently because of file size, because it is fairly sizable asset. But apparently, it's there. But with that, it's another sort of thing. Like, what route should you really drive that on? Because I guess you could do the horseshoe curve with it. That might work. Yeah, horseshoe curve. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh. Okay. Good thing I checked the signal. Actually, let's quick save just in case. And hey, because I changed the junctions from the map view and didn't actually have to get out and manually do it, I can just drive straight through here without stopping. Talk about a close shave, eh? Nah. The points were set correctly, and because of the little flags on the levers, I can tell which way they're set. So I would have already known if a junction had been set the wrong way. Even if I didn't look at the actual rails themselves. I'd have thought signaling and manual junctions don't go hand in hand. Well, I mean, as far as I know, a lot of... I mean, this is like in the 1920s, but a lot of spur tracks and stuff like that, like especially industrial spurs in the USA, have manual levers, and if it's connected to a main line, then it has to have signals on it. Well, it doesn't have, but it could be dark territory, but it probably has signals on it. And you've got dwarf signals as well for using yards and stuff like that. Even, but yeah, I do think that manual levers. I don't know. I think I do seem to recall that that is a fairly common thing, but I could be mistaken. I like that they gave, in the session that they gave the player, pretty much a full-length run through the yard from one end to the other end. Because it makes for a nice stretch of running, which you don't get that much in switching scenarios usually. But yeah, Kursk MPP and its Atom City Kurchatov is actually still in use, so I could look towards that for PL1 inspiration. Yeah, if you want to buy a train ticket to get there, pull ahead to the north end of this siding and all the freight cars. Can do, will do, and will do. Oh no! Not doing that. No. Yeah, but making your trains people live on that route with that thing on it, that's fine. Hey, let's track that off the list of things you'd do for a Klondike bar. What's a Klondike bar? I know what the Klondike is, but what's a Klondike bar? Indeed, it is fine. Yeah, there should be a comma there. Indeed, it is fine. Oh, what? laugh of ignorance. I can say that because I have no idea what it is either. That was not a comment on the session. Let's apply the brakes here. And decouple. Almost done. Move to the Calvin Yard escape track and we will be on dinner break. I mean, personally, I'd prefer to be on supper break, but I think this session was made for a bust through. Just quickly escaping the yard, don't mind me, everything's fine. No, you don't need to send the guards, no. It's fine. And brakes. Yes. Oh, that was lovely. I enjoyed that quite a lot. Also, even though there's a 2D trees on the left there, and they're very close to the tracks, I think that actually still works quite nicely there. Unless, of course, you look at it from the top and then spin the camera. That doesn't work as nicely like this, but what are the chances that a player is going to do this? Scenario complete. Lost 63 points. Right, chat. I think it's a form. I think it's from an old advert popular in the US, and thus the internet. Ah, we've got gold anyway. The catchphrase was about asking people what they would or wouldn't do for a Klondike bar. But what is a Klondike bar in that context? Oh, ice cream? Chocolate or some sort of candy? Oh, I see now. But yeah, in that case, I'd blithely leave the Klondike bar to whomever offered it to me. Haha. Or whomever? Whoever. Yay! 2:30. No, I'm not streaming till 2:30 AM. I'm tired enough as it is. Gold! No, I don't need a gold bus now. I want to stay at home. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching this live stream. Let's actually have a quick look at what will be next. So next Sunday. Ooh, the Baldwin B4D. This is the Clear Creek one. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Very interesting. Wahaha. Central City Passenger. Might be doing that one. Or maybe someone else. Something else. Ooh. Exciting. Although that one has some special-ish controls where you've got keybinds. Or actually, yeah, you've got... this locomotive, you're really supposed to play with the F5 menu only because it's got an automatic fireman to handle the injectors and firing of the fire for you, which you can set in the cab, I think, with a box. So that's, if I remember correctly. But that'll be interesting. Look forward to that. Anyway, have fun with the Western Maryland locomotive if you have that. I do not. And yeah, the MVR reskinning processes are going quite well. So with that, thank you all very much for watching. It was lovely seeing you again, Code Monkey, as well. Kangafango, of course. And yeah, good luck and good night. Thank you very much. SC Gold to Kurchatov. Can't wait. I wonder if that was related to the message before it. Please don't close the VM yet. That seems oddly connected to... Okay, I'm just gonna do as you ask. Bye-bye.